Bonsoir guys. So last Thursday saw the 8th and final round of the DDR sponsored midweek racing series on a Thursday night over at Ignition RaceWay. I don't really know the real name of the series, but I purposely set off to really improve with my carbon Mardave Hot Hatch, which I definitely did over the period of the past 3 or 4 weeks. When I originally got the car, it was really well set up and very well dialed in. Big shout out to Team Chuckle, who I got the car off. So yeah, they have the car really well dialed in, but I've made changes and tiny little tweaks over the past 8 weeks, and it slowly got better and better and better. However, I did make a change on Thursday, which really saw me struggling for the first 2 qualifiers, and I'm going to do a separate video about it. So the rear pod is obviously held on with a little ball pivot. We'll go with ball pivot. And underneath that I had a small 1/2 mm spacer, a little washer there, which lifted it up a bit. Now the idea of that, is my understanding, is it relaxes the steering a little bit. People would say that the motor throws itself forward, and if it's tilted higher up, it throws itself, it leans a bit less forward. I'm not sure if that's the right description or not. Anyway, I wanted to get rid of that spacer because I wanted the car to be a bit more aggressive and the mid-turn. So when you've committed to turn the car, call it rotation, so as your car's going through the corner, it really sort of, you can notice the difference between it sort of pushing wide, it bites and then comes round the corner. So that was the idea of moving that washer. I just wanted the car to feel a bit more aggressive on turning. Now, you know when you do something you think, why have I done that? Because the first 2 qualifiers were a disaster. Try as I might, I couldn't get the car to turn left. So this highlighted again where I'm still learning and lacking a little bit of knowledge, because although I had the right idea of what I wanted the car to do, so I was going about it in the right way, it threw an issue somewhere else in the car, which turned out to be steering endpoints. Now I'm going to do a separate video all about this and reach the crayons out. Needless to say, cheers Daryl and Matt Blowers, Team Mardave driver, for the quick sort of not quite troubleshooting, but as soon as they saw what the car was doing, they immediately sort of said, well, have you checked these? Now, I ain't gonna lie, I thought I had, but I hadn't. So a little bit of tweaking and a little bit of somebody's knowledge, especially with the controller that I have, so I'm pushing the right buttons and not fumbling in the dark, and the car immediately lit up, and yeah, really positive, really positive results. It drove really well, handled lovely. It really had a bit more bite and aggression to how I was driving it, which is really what I wanted. And yeah, smashing. So cheers lads for that. Anyway, the result of all that, so here we go, lining up. Matt Blower's in first. I'm on second place in the blue car, then we've got Nathan in the white car, and then bringing up the rear of the 2 TWR cars. So we've got Carbon Mardave on pole, Carbon Mardave in second place, we've got a DDR Racing prototype chassis in third, and then 2 TWR cars in 4th and 5th. Now this is a big one. I really could do with either winning this or certainly coming in second place. But as I say, the cars move forward all night with progress, so let's see how we get on. Ooh, that's not a bad start for me, that. Normally I make a mess of the first couple of corners and I'm fighting, but yeah. Actually trying to hang on to the coattails there of Matt. Oh, Bren. First snafu of the night. See if we can't move that along now. Put that behind you. Put your head down. Matt's gapped you a little bit. But the big threat really is Nathan, because he'll definitely have been on a charge. Yep, there he is, the white car, definitely in third place now. Just got to keep my head down. Keep a high pace. and try not to make any more mistakes. Because in all honesty, that's all that's in this race now, is just whoever makes a couple of mistakes. Cheers, pal. He pulled over really well there for me. There is an art to pulling over and not compromising your own race too much. It's just finding that right time, but as all the drivers get more and more experienced, it gets easier and easier. So I'm still gapping Nathan, although Matt, I think he's just marching away from me ever so slowly now. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, he's got a good half a lap on me now. After tweaks of the car all night, this is what I mean. You're always learning different things, though. Always learning different stuff. The car just felt absolutely spot on after a little bit of help from Darryl. It's funny, even after 3 years, I think I know what I'm doing, and then something comes along and you think, why is it doing that? So it's really good that everybody's willing to sort of lend an opinion and give a bit of a lift to fix things. No lack of pace from that pink car. Cheers though, buddy. In a straight line, everything's about equal, I would say. Got a bit excited with the turning then at the hairpin. Yeah, just drifting wide again. So yeah, cracking on now. Oh, Matt's really put the hammer down a little bit, and he's gained on me. He had a little bit of a snafu there himself. My target really should be to do my best to try to lap as many people as I can, so if I could lap Nathan, that'd be a mega achievement. Good half a lap on him now, so I've obviously edged away a little bit. But whether or not I can pull that back all the way. Really looking forward now to the next Neo Super Sunday Series. I'll definitely be running my Hot Hatch and my Mini, which I know puts a lot of pressure on, but there is, 4 qualifiers and 2 finals, so I don't have to do all the qualifiers. If I get a good couple of bankers in for the qualifiers, I can sit out a qualifier and just concentrate on either the Mini or the Hot Hatch, whichever one I feel might be the weakest on the day. Which, based on how this has gone, will probably be the Mini. Oh, Matt's really catching me now. So I moved over for him. But the goal now is to hang on to him. And I don't know about anybody else, but I do always find if I can run and chase somebody, I always find it a bit better. And that's a full lap that I've really stayed within striking distance of him there. Come on, Bren, stick with him. Closed on him through there. So if only I could do that. Oh, I've even gone past him. But he's a lap ahead, so there's really no point me trying to streak away, and I think we were giggling about that. Oh, and then he makes a mistake, so I've got my lap back. He had lapped me, but not now. And I've got to admit, it were a bit of a confidence boost, that, knowing that I could sort of hold him off a little bit, or at least run with him. Yeah, definitely gave the confidence a bit of a boost, that. Don't forget, we're on a 6-minute final here, so now I'm just praying for the final lap, to be honest, thinking, don't get me. Pink car, cheers pal, moved over easily. You do find if you can just drift wide on corners, you don't compromise anybody else's race and you don't compromise your own too much. So can I stay ahead of Matt? He'll have the bit between his teeth now, hunting me down again. And where's Nathan? I'm still only about half a lap ahead of him. There we go. So that's second place. Quite happy with that, which leaves me second place overall in the championship. So yeah, really chuffed with that. I've got to admit, I was really chuffed on the night. The car went really well. Yeah, smiles all around you, right, mate? So there we go. So you could really see how the car felt dialed in. Even battling at one stage, yes, I know he was lapping me, but I managed to unlap myself and I was really quite competitive, and it didn't seem like he was catching me back up again. And when Matt came through for the first time, I managed to hold on to him for at least 2 or 3 laps, which for me, it's small victories with this sort of sport, and you know who's a good driver and who's fast, and you sort of not quite emulate them, but you want to be competitive with them. So yeah, some real positive leaps forward there, so I was really chuffed with my little self, as you can tell. Now, obviously I got second place on the night, but that also leaves me with second place overall in the championship, so I'm going to chalk that up to a bit of a success. Now, my plan for the next coming series, I'm not 100% sure, because I might be using one of these buggies soon, so watch this space. So there is going to be a video coming out regarding steering endpoints. I'm going to try to do what I did with the throttle exponential and reach some crayons out, have a bit of fun with it, and try to explain it in a way that I'd understand it, because I've seen some videos, they use terminology and stuff that I have no idea. So look for that video dropping, guys. Really appreciate your support as always. Give us a thumbs up, comment below, and I guess I'll see you all trackside. Toodle pip.